Why, hello everyone, and welcome to the stream. This is Otaku Shapez. Today is Tuesday, November 19th, 2024. No kitties here today to give me more scratches. No one's around today, and the little glitchiness down there, I have fixed. Quotation marks on that. You could also probably see I had a little bit of a white bar on the top there. Now we should be good. Yeah, so I took the window from my webcam. I increased the size a little bit and shifted it down. So it trims out the bottom of the frame. Yeah, that works. Because it was like pixel like glitchiness down here. Several squares would freak out on me all the time, and now that should be resolved. I hope in time for recording my videos that will be for members only going forward here. I think after today's stream at some point I will end up recording at least the first of those members only videos that will be coming to the channel. It will be, this first one will be a discussion of my 3D printing stuff. It'll be just review of where it started and the progression over time and the issues I had along the way, and yeah, just the story so far on the 3D printing side of things, because it started last year when I purchased a Creality Ender 3S1 3D printer. And then later I got the K1 Max, which is the one that you see me printing on through the camera. And then behind me, I've also got the Cobra 2 Plus from Anycubic. So just going over like what the timeline was for all of that, and like the upgrades I've made to the machines, the repairs I've had to make to the machines, and the filaments I've used over time. And of course the stuff I designed and how that's been going, how that's evolved over time. So yeah, that'll be the first video. Second video will be discussing the like computer story, what computers I have used over the course of my life, and how that has evolved. But just as a preview, my very first consistent access to a computer at home was in the very early 2000s. It might have been the year 2000. We got a Windows 3.1 computer in the year 2000, and that's what I had access to as my first computer. And I didn't necessarily truly learn DOS. I learned the commands to load the games that we had in DOS, and that was all I really knew / know. I know a little bit more now, but not. I wouldn't be able to straight up just use a computer through DOS prompts or command line. I don't think that's a skill that anyone necessarily needs in their life, and computers should not be fundamentally designed around forcing people to use that ever, for any reason. There is no reason for that. So yeah, that Linux will forever be like in obscurity, so long as it requires people to engage with command line. Get like get a version of Linux that does not require the user to engage with command line ever, and you might have a popular Linux distribution, but until then, not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. Sorry to say it, but it will not happen. And no, people should not be forced to learn command line to use a computer. There are genuinely people in the Linux community who believe this, who believe that every person using a computer should know command line and must know command line to engage with the use of their computer, which is absolute bullshit. And yeah, that's not going to happen. Anyway, so how have things been? What's going on lately? I started playing Farming Simulator 2022 the other day. It was given for free through the Epic Game Store a little while back. I had previously played 2019, Farm Sim 19, when that had been given out for free. And I had like a little over 100 hours in that one. And I had not, to this point, really gone into 22. I think 22 on the Microsoft Game Pass. I think 22 was on the Game Pass. At least when it released. I don't really remember. I think I had briefly tried it before, but either way, regardless of the timeline, I'm trying it now and actually playing it now, and yeah, is different. It is a bit different compared to 2019. More so in the additions that it has, not really any change to the fundamental philosophy. I mean, it's still a farming sim game, but they just have added a bunch of stuff to it. Like the additional field care steps were added in 22 that I am having to get used to, because now you need more farm equipment compared to before to prepare your fields and to maximize your output on your fields. So yeah, I've been experimenting with that. Just by its nature, it takes a while to actually experience that game. So I've just been slowly going through it, through the steps of actually growing a couple of initial fields with crops. The other big thing is that the default that started in 22 is they have seasons built in, and like each day represents a month of the year, so you can and you can only plant certain crops in certain months, and you're expected to harvest those crops in certain months if you planted them when you planted them in those months. So it really slows down the experience compared to 2019's version. Because in 2019 it was pretty independent. I think there was like extra content where you could do the season thing in 19, but now it's default. Just that's how it is now. And of course 25 is out. I haven't really touched that. I've looked a little bit at it, I haven't really looked into what exactly has changed outside of graphically. I know it had a bunch of graphics upgrades. It has like minor terrain deformation where your tractors can leave like ditch trails if you like go through muddy terrain. It will deform. Your tractors will deform terrain a bit, but it's temporary. It like resets when you reset the game. It's like, huh? Okay, sure. That's just cosmetic then, without any purpose whatsoever. And they added like rice. They added the ability to like flood fields and grow rice in the game. Those are like the two things that I know of that are like the things for 2025. But I'm like, okay, well, what else did you do? Because you know, it's not really seeming as if it's that worth moving over to at the moment. If it has everything that 22 has, like the extra stuff that 25 has may not actually be enough to justify, but I haven't looked at everything that it is supposed to have. That is supposed to be better in it at this point. Of course, the super fans will be all like touchy with that and defend to the death the existence of the every couple of years copy paste with minor upgrades model for Farming Simulator. But it's like, I think I'd rather see a bit more substantial difference. I like that there are sequels. I like that there are upgrades and new mechanics in new games. I prefer this, but it does need to be a little bit more substantial. A little bit more substantial in between the updates. This I do very much prefer it, but there does need to be some like very obvious improvements that I'm not quite seeing right now between 22 and 25 specifically. But you never know, might be there. I just haven't seen it yet. Anyway, so Shapez 2. Shapez 2 is a game that we are playing right now. We are continuing in the madness. Continuing our descent into insanity. We're almost done with insanity, by the way. We're almost finished with this. We have the following: 35 and 36. That's it. That's all. We have 35 and 36. Now, what did I leave off on last time? I think I was, like, technically working on the 36, this step. Maybe. I don't remember. I don't remember what happened 2 days ago. I have white and I have yellow. Yeah, it must have been for that. But this is available now. So I will be working on task 35. The third step of task 35. Which I think what I had said last time was that I would smash in the existing build to make this, to convert this particular shape to this other particular shape. I think I can squeeze in the extra processes to do that, but going into this shape and the one afterwards, I am likely going to have to rebuild, at least partially, any hoozles. This isn't white finished yet. There's one more delivery it needs to make. So very shortly, in fact, it should be done. I'm trying to remember where. Oh, where did... Here. Here we go. You. This guy. Yeah, this guy needs to be updated now. And I was looking at this, I think, from some other orientation. This way. North-south. Actual north-south is how I was looking at this one initially. Okay. Now, contemplation. Actually, no, I was looking from here. I was looking this way. This was my orientation in building this. Yeah. I remember now. I remember now. This is where we were. Alright. We need to add and modify. So now this bottom right corner is going to need a crystal break section, as well as the top left. And we're going to need to bring in green. We're going to need to crystallize more than one time. Yeah, more than one time. Three times, in fact. 3! I will need a white circle. 4 white circles. Yeah, 4 belts of white circles. That get cut into pieces. Now I'm gonna, like, distribute the white in the circles out as full white circles. And then cut them in each of my quadrants. For stacking. Otherwise, this is quite straightforward. Now, the way that I'm building this shape, I have this top left corner, the top right and bottom left are made together, and then the bottom right is made separately as well. Yeah, so this is the 2 corners that are identical to each other. Okay, that's been made. So now I can break you and stop you from moving with all of that mess. Yeah, that was a mess, now wasn't it? I'm gonna clean up some of that mess. Yeah. The trains are still going to move, but I may be able to reroute some of these colors for use for other shapes. Let's see here. I do have some green coming in to make the yellows that I need here. What do I actually need for yellow this time? I only actually need 4. And this is making 4. So that's ideal. This corner didn't have the yellow. Right. So the big change here is now this process is changing for this corner because now I need a crystal up above. So I now need to run a crystallizer when making this corner with a color that is designed to die, to be destroyed. And I'm doing all of that stacking there, leaving me with very little room for everything in here. Wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. This also, I think, should change. Trying to think now. What would actually be a good way of doing this? I think that this layer could be done at the same time as the lower level crystallizing. If I remember correctly, there was something here where I did something similar. So I needed this with the layer 1 breaking. And that just meant that the sides, I needed 2 layers on one and 3 on the other. And the one opposite didn't matter at all. So if I'm remembering correctly, this had to be the intended swap. The one that I intended to swap into. So when thinking about this over here, what I can do is actually not run this crystallizer step first. If I pin these borders, I can stack them into that spot. And that would give me the pinned doohickey. But then it's above it that needs the crystal break. So basically, form the piece with just the solids and then run it through the crystallizers. Or the first crystallizer, so it would all be purple to give you the bottom layer purple and a crystal breaking purple. And then add a 5th layer of trash to get the quarter, or the 2/4 green on the top. Yeah, that sounds like what the plan should be. However, I'm gonna have to reroute my belts here. To be out of my way, because they are in my way right now. Helps part 1. Helps a little bit. Maybe I should stack them, but I don't know. Main thing though is that this all needs to change. These pipes are kind of in the way. As well. This is definitely the most complex of the process here. So if I can fit this in this spacing, then I know I can do the same with all the rest. That I can work with all the rest. Oh, that's done. Okay. Copy that. And of course, this entire time I have a make anything machine that is chewing through all of the other tasks that exist. And we are basically racing between which will finish first, me with these crystal tasks or the make anything machine. Double make anything machine going through all the regular tasks. Which, by the way, that needs to be pinned. Like, the set of things needs to be pinned. That's all of the remaining task sets. I was thinking of moving basically this whole thing up a bit. Just to give myself some more space to work with. Now the problem is this guy. It's like I need to move both layer 1 and layer 2, but not 3. See, that only... It's holding control, lets you deselect. That lets me move it a couple of, like, 3 tiles higher. Great. Kinda wanted it to be more than that. But I'm gonna copy that over to here. Because realistically speaking, I should be doing this rotating in here. I'm gonna break all that. Yep. Oh. That's annoying. Anyway, that does it. It did move to the right by a tile. Now, of course, this is changing, so I just need to keep in mind that it'll all hook up there in the end. Alright, that now gives me a lot more room to work with here. Of course, the next obvious thing would be to take this guy and do all of that up here. However, I'm going to change this. How many is that? Pens. And actually, not remind myself here that I do need to have that rotation at the end. Then I can pretty much start over and like reroute these pipes as well. Yeah. Unfortunate, but this is what I will need to do for this particular shape. Okay. What other solids do I need? I need white circles here. So I need white. You produce white. So you're coming with me. All the way out here. You're going to unload. I will need white in all of those locations. I will also need circles. Where do we have circles? Here. Come on down, circles. That's done. Number next. maybe not. Sure, that will do. Do I want to paint the circles? Actually, I only need one belt for my... What am I thinking? I need one belt in here. I'll need 2 belts in there and 1 belt in there. Painting line. Oh, painting line. I'll need to chop it into 4. I'll need to pin it and chop it into 4, won't I? Yeah, I will pin it and chop it into 4. Alright, what does that 3rd layer actually look like from a full shape perspective? Opposite corner to trash. Yeah? I'm thinking I could actually use swappers and swap everything into trash, but I think that's just going to be more space overall. Quite possibly versus cutting and stacking. Then again, maybe not. Did I not make a version of this that's a 3rd layer? That's 3 layers tall? With a smaller footprint? Yeah, that's a lot more compact. Except I need to change that. Yeah. Alright. That's good. That's a good, that's a good, that's a good. Okay. Now, what? This is actually supposed to be pinned, huh? Yeah. This is actually supposed to be pinned, and that gets pinned first. So all y'all do that. Now that's pinned, and those are pinned. Now I take a layer of trash that's exactly like this. I stack these. I have to rotate them differently though. Or I take this stack, put it on, and this stack and put it on. I need the bottom right corner. So technically, I could take all this, stack to this, or on top of this now. Okay, stacking. It might be easier to work with this, or not. Or not. Maybe? Maybe? Getting things out is an issue. And in. Ah, the fuck? That's not where I was. I hit N instead of B. I don't know why it takes me there. Auto-save. Yeah, put that there, and then this third layer stuff can come in pretty easily. Now this into here, I'm actually going to lower that to layer 1 to output, giving me some pretty free reign. With my routing here. Why am I bad? Why am I so bad? Yeah. That's better. Ooh, okay. That's so much. That's what we needed. Yes, that is what I needed. Right there. Now I need to stack this in to this. At least that. I now have to think about what the trash looks like. Hold up a minute. So what is this stacking into? That Ugh, my orientations are all messed up. So so it needs to attach to the right. It's the one on the right of it. Yeah, the one to its right. So that means the slot on this top right from this orientation needs to be a hole, a gap, for layer 2. Excuse me, for layer 3. Layer 3 needs a gap there. But it needs the trash on the other side. Okay. Sure. I'm gonna need even more trash in here, I think, but I'll try to manage. So let me think. Layer 1 and layer 2 are regular trash. Layers here and nothing here. Layer 4 needs both trash. Layer 5 needs both trash. So how much is that for trash? That's 1 set, 2 set, 3 set, 4 set, plus 1. Oh boy, 4.5. As I said, I will need more trash. How am I going to get the trash brought in? Wonderful question. I don't know the answer to that. My thingy has to go all the way out here now, I think, for the rails. Ooh. There you go. Now, I can't form the entire thing all at once. Now, I need to form it through the trash crystal layer, because my intent is that I will use the purple for the trash, because I still need the purple on layer 1. So the purple will actually be a 3-piece trash like I have for the top left corner. So the piece that I'm going to have prior to the first crystallization is going to be 3 layers of stuff. Oh, right, 3 layers of stuff. I can't have this placed. I can't have this placed first. What am I thinking? I can't do this. Not with these. Sigh. I clear that. I can't put this on yet. Why? Because it will put a thing on layer 4 that will put a crystal on layer 4 that I don't want. Does it matter though? No? Does that save me trash if it is a crystal? I think that does. I think that saves me trash if that's a crystal, actually. Okay. So, leave it? And don't put trash? Run it through the crystal, then I only need the one extra layer of the trash on the top, and it would crystallize green. It would put the green there, but this one wouldn't be touching anything. That wouldn't break. But the sides would fall, and that would make this collapse. Yeah. Yeah. I can't do it that way. It would ultimately result in this hole collapsing. I need a trash solid, at least one piece trash solid. On the one to the right, oddly enough. It needs to be on the one to the right. Actually, no, it needs to be on the one to the left, because I'm going to be swapping the one on the right. So I would need to at least have a solid piece here. And below it, like the whole stack of 4, this all needs to be, or 5 even, this whole thing needs to be solids to the left of this piece. So all of that needs to be solid trash at minimum. I guess the one to the right doesn't necessarily need to be... Well, the one on the right, the layer 1 needs to be a solid, the layer 4, or the layer 5 needs to be solid. But everything in between doesn't actually matter. Huh. Everything in between doesn't really matter. Yeah. This is true. I'm pretty sure. So these 3 could actually be completely empty for my, like, trash section. These 3 could be empty, slash some other crystal. Or the trash crystal here. This trash crystal could extend into these 3 layers just fine. It doesn't matter. What matters is I have a solid here, a solid here, a solid here, and a solid here, and here, and here, and here. So this as long as this whole left side is 5 layers of solid trash, and on this right side we get layer 1 and layer 5 as a solid trash, just so that I can form my intended crystals on layer 1 and 5 here and have them isolated from all of the other crystals that will exist. They just have to be isolated. Then the one that needs to break can be whatever size it needs to be. Yeah. Yeah. I think that's an answer. For simplicity's sake, rather than being 3 singles, it'll be 2 singles and 1 double, just because I'm dealing with a 2-piece shape here for my trash. So I can cut a trash in half, 2 lanes of these, cut them in half, have 4 things, / 8 things, and then stack, or stack and then cut. Yeah. I think that's actually the answer there. Stack. I'm actually gonna use my bigger, my wider arrangement here. Alright, just take that. Whoops. I don't need all of it at the start. Yeah, I can do the through the layer 4 in the beginning, and then other stuff, but this'll be after. Oops. Not after I do my... Oh. Right. After I do my initial stack and cut. Sigh. Bah. Cut. Just regular cutting. Regular cutting. Ba-ding. Already? Alright, make anything machine. Chew on that. Two of these, actually. Orientation. What is the orientation? It's bottom left. Yeah, so I need to rotate these. Bottom left from this view. So bottom right from this view. Okay. I I should do this here. There we go. Better. I think that actually this could stay here. Alright, so now I have to think about stacking order and what goes where. So I need these. I'm gonna use this. Okay. Whoops, that is something I need to catch now. Oops. Go there. You go there. Okay. Is that what I'm looking for? Yes, but there's one more step. There's one more stack of stuff that I need to bring in. What is a good way to do that? So I redo all this. Yeah, redo like all of it. Because of that. Oh, really? Really? Wonderful. So very fantastic stuff. Okay, now. You no longer need to be layer 3. Alright, so what is this magical other thing that I need? Yeah, these. I'll use these. And use layer 3s. Yeah. Excuse me? I'm sorry, what? That is not behavior I expected. But I guess it does make sense, actually. Okay, that kind of sucks. Well, that just means I have to change the order here. I mean, isn't it fine like that? Yeah, it's fine, actually, like that. It doesn't matter that it's dropping to the layer 2. On that side. The layer 2, 3, and 4 don't matter on that side, so that's okay. It's alright. It's alright, it's alright, it's alright. Alright, so now what I need to do is I need to crystallize, stack another set of trash, and crystallize again. So I need a crystallizer, a stack line, and another crystallizer line. That'll be green. I need a magenta, stacker, and a green. This might be a time where I actually want to use the regular or the wider variation. Yeah. Yeah. That lets me really tighten it up. Or it lets me move this whole thing up a bit more. Either way. this is now in the way. So I think I'm going to be rerouting these belts to layer 3. Now, how am I going to get 2 pipes of green into here? Two pipes of green. How much green am I pumping? More. I shall pump more. I'm actually not using layer 3 at the moment, am I? At all. I'm going to need significantly more green, but... this will suffice for now. For this corner. As I said, this corner is the most complex of all of them, and will take the most time. Alright, well, there's my green for here now. But at the beginning, I actually need the magenta. Okay, that gives me magenta. Now, let's find out if I've made any serious errors here. Oh boy. So I do believe that that should result in the correct corner. Now to check our work with that corner, I'm actually going to trim these. I guess the answer is no. That's correct. When this side is also correct, it will have the connection up here on these layers so that when this cuts, it should be fine. Yeah. But that is my intended section there. That's the intended corner. Quadrant. That's exactly the intended quadrant that I was going for. All of that work, all of this mess in here, all this, yeah, just to do that one thing for that one quarter. All that for that one quarter. My goodness gracious. Okay, now to do all of the other corners, the other 3 corners. So this is going to be 2 in 1, and this is going to be just 1. Oh, God, that's a lot of stuff you're moving around the place with trash and things. So let's see, I needed 2 belts of white circles cut. Oh, goodness, this also needs a good bit of change in here. But how much actually needs to change to make this quad and this quad together? What actually needs to change? Well, I'll definitely be needing trash. Doesn't matter if those spots have crystals. I don't think so. I don't think it matters if those are green crystals. The sad part is I do need to run 3 crystallizer steps for this. But as I said, I don't think that those matter. So the current build, I'm thinking of what, like, trash I need to do this. Like, I know I need to add a trash here on the top for that. But I was thinking, oh, do I need it below? Do I need it below, or could I use a pinned trash here? And I think I can. I think I'm able to do that. Yeah, I should be able to. I'm not immediately seeing an issue with that, so I can put a pinned trash on layer 4-5 Yeah, pinned trash on 4-5 with the white opposite corners. So let's see what I'm doing now. So basically it's this process. Add the white corners, add a pinned trash, and crystallize green in the end. So the whole thing here kind of needs to shift up. Yeah, this all needs to shift upwards. Oh. Yeah. Huh? I mean, I guess that works. That moves it up a little bit. Complicating matters here is all of the trash stuff that's simply passing through here. That's going in here. I mean, I do technically have enough trash in here. It's just a matter of having the space for another, for having all the cutting done ahead of time. I'm just gonna have to, like, redo all of the logistics for this. So I'm gonna have to move that up there. Oh, right, I'll need to... Boogers. Yes, I'll need 2 boogers. Alright, so why can't I bulk deselect only this layer? Huh? Why am I not able to hold control and draw a box? There. think this was all the first layer. But these were here. Okay, next. Oh, so this order doesn't matter. Okay. Yeah, the order of the stuff that's going on top doesn't matter, just as long as the stuff with crystals stays on layer 1. I'm actually going to bring this there. And then that there. Then everything else doesn't really matter. Odd. Why did I make the trash for this side over here and trash for this side over here? What? Okay. Okay, so you have layer 3 trash here. 2 and 3. Oh, we are halfway through the stream already, and I haven't even finished one task yet. Isn't that glorious? Yeah, this doesn't actually matter where you will go. And actually, now that I'm thinking about it, all y'all are going to be layer 2. You're going to go in there. No, hey, look, I don't even need a leaper anymore. Yes, that should be the same as what I had. Now, what I need is actually I'm gonna have to reroute all this. Yeah, I'm gonna have to move it elsewhere because this all needs to go higher. In fact, I need 2 crystal arrays. and stacking before. Doesn't matter if those are yellow. I don't think so. Oh yeah, and the painting and all that. God damn it, that's so much stuff. And I need green as a color brought in. And I need 2 painting lines. For white. That need to be cut into opposite corners. Layouts. That needs to stack on this after it's been crystallized yellow. And then it needs to run it crystallized over green. Okay, new plan. The heck? Oh, other way. Wait, can I cut opposite corners with just a 1x1? Not really. Kind of wanted to do the whole thing in here. So let's cut all that, break that, do that instead. That's an opposite. That doesn't form opposite corners. Yeah, that does. That's what I wanted. Lovely, I didn't really give myself that much room to work with. Of course. Okay. Now that I'm bringing in that correct thing, what can I do? What am I going to do? I am going to... Well, I wish I could fit another stacking set here, but I don't think that's feasible. Because that... Maybe... Yeah, that's still kinda in the way. That's actually, like, quite convenient. Hold up. Hold up. Isn't that just quite convenient, though? To have a stacker that's able to be just leapt over, at least from layer 2. Eventually they'll change it so that you can't do this leap through stuff like this on layer 1, but it should still allow you to do that on layer 2 because it's going straight over, right? Now, is this difficult? Not particularly, because the difficulty should come in the form of the logic involved. I understand the logic that it's going for. It's just the tedium of doing all the steps and making sure that I am doing all of the steps correctly. I don't necessarily think that that's really, like, actual difficulty per se. It's time consuming. I wouldn't call it difficult. Right, and that is the correct orientation. That's the other key here. Oh, right. This needs to be sigh. This needs to be pinned first. Because I forgot that this all needs to be pinned. It's one extra pin, but it means I don't have to worry about Jack Diddley. Now that you're pinned, what does that give me down here? That gives me that. Okay, so what will happen is that when I crystallize yellow, it will give me yellow crystals on layer 3, which is what I want. It will also give me yellow crystals in trash on layer 4. Which then, all I have to do is stack another trash layer and run a green crystallizer to get layer 5. So now, all of the difficult slash, tedious part of this oh, come on, you. Autosave is autosaving the game. And this lets me get green in, by the way, another green into this slot. Oh boy. Do I need this space? It might be useful, but I don't really have the space to move this over since I need layer 3. Now let's see if we've obtained the exact thing that I was thinking that it would be. That is correct. That is correct. So now I just need solids, trash. So question is any of this free? No, I'm using all of it. How about over yonder? Oh, there's no trash at all coming in here. I see. It's all the gears shapes. Okay. So I do need to bring in more trash. Yet more trash. Okay, this is actually a very nice stacker compact bent. This is that's a lot better than I thought it would end up being, but yeah, it's so nice. 3x4. 3x4 for a full belt of stacking. That's really compact. And then 2 layers, of course. That's so much better. My goodness, yeah. That's way superior. Give me that, which is the actual main operative area. Okay, now I have to bring in, likely from layer 3, the trash. So see, this one didn't... I don't think this one took quite as long as the first one, because the other corner did need more work. This one is the second most amount of effort, and the final corner over here still needs similar things done to it, but the target is still only one corner, so it may need similar work to this, but at least I don't have that much room here to work with. We'll see what I can do for that one. I do need to bring in the color, the green. I'm probably gonna mine additional green. There isn't really that much additional green nearby. Lovely. Okay. Alright, there we go. Now run 2 of these all the way down. Make sure I'm not crossing any stuff I'm not supposed to cross. While hopefully also leaving some space to run these layer 1s in. Oops. Alright, now I gotta get these 4 here. Somehow. Well, that was pretty easy. Yeah. Frame rate though is getting a little low. It's under 30. Or right around 30. The next update is supposed to improve the performance of the game, but we'll see by adding additional multi-threading. Okay, we can now see this. This glorious behemoth of an object. Okay. Now we have to get that here. I think the solution is going to have to be done through layer 3, as well as via some layer shenanigans. Okay. Unlock that. Copy. Almost through 25. Why, hello, Mr. Cat. I have been joined by a cat. Hello, cat. Hello, Ollie. Here's Ollie Cat. He's coming to say hello. Now, looking. That's actually 3 of the 4 corners. That's legit 3 of the 4 corners. So we're almost there. One more corner to finish. Just one more corner to finish. Yes, Ollie Cat. What's the matter with my Ollie Cat? That's my Ollie Cat. He wants all the petting in the world. He's not gonna let me touch the keyboard without continuing to pet him. Yeah, let's be careful. Let's be careful across this gap. There's a gap right here. Gotta be careful. Don't want the kitty to catch himself on my hand from slipping. Like what happened last time that we met. Okay, this square. Okay. I am going to need to have another set of crystallizing in green. I will need to have white circles, yes, for a corner. Oops, wrong one. These go. Why are you so bad? Go there. This automatic thing is not good. Why can't it just stay underneath? Why is there an arbitrary limit to how far under it can be? Like, oh yes, let's arbitrarily have a V. Sure. Why? Because that's what they do in Factorio, and it's annoying even there. I need one belt of you, painted white, and stuck in a corner, and cut into corners. Use that, sure. Why the heck not? Fortunately, that minus those is the corner cutting build, but yeah, there's no way to place it in here without rerouting belts. So, I think I'm going to be rerouting belts. There we go. And that's letting me make those white corners in there. Okay. Now the icky, tricky part. So I'm going to need to have more green. Yes, more green. And trash. I need trash for this. Because it won't end here with this. I need to have more stuff stacked on top and run through the green crystallizer for this. And I need to ensure that this current top right corner, it's actually the bottom corner, it's here. I need to ensure that this is 5 layers tall. Yeah, I don't know if that necessarily matters, but at the very least, it will be in my best interest if it was at least... it could be a green crystal. You know, I can do what I did last time. I'll need 4 belts of this trash pinned, stacked on top with the white, and then run through the crystallizer. Again, for green. So it's like, okay, well, here's my crystallizer. Ish. Does it matter if yellow? No. So I could, in fact, sneak in the stack of the white piece pinned. I can pin the white piece and stack it here. Then run it through this crystallizer, reroute this into here, or into another set of stacking for the trash. In which case, then I don't need to pin the trash, because there'll be crystals there. Yeah, I think that's the easiest way. If I'm able to move this stacker up one. That would be very ideal, because then I can take my stacking bent compact build. Actually, does the yeah, those don't matter, but the top does. This doesn't work. I need another space. This just won't work, will it? It's like I need it here. Oops. But then I also can't get the output from it either. Tell you what, if I can make those work. I can make magic happen there. That way. Hello, Mr. Cat. What are you rubbing? What are you rubbing on? Alright, so what rotation do I need those to be in? No, get back. Get back. Get back. Da-ba. I need it to be bottom right. Bottom right. Bottom right. It is top right. I need bottom right. Best to repair this at source. Oh. Yeah, good luck with that. Ollie, get down. Ollie, down. This is insanity. Utter insanity. And then the other fun part. These need to reroute. Oh, right, pin it. It needs to be pinned first. Okay, that's correct now. Unfortunately, I will need to redo these. Because I think they're gonna be on layer the next. On layer the next, yes. Very specific of me. Now I need to run in the trash. I have to do the stacking of the trash, which will again use this compact stacking. Oops. Fine. Yes, there's no issues here. Yeah, whatever. Now, trash needs to be top left, bottom right. Trash is top left, bottom right. I need trash brought in. This has a couple of layers available, but not layer 3. Sigh. This would also need to be layer 3. What? Oh, you're joking. There. Now would it be better if it's here or over here? I think this actually is the better spot. Actually, no, it's not. There's so much blocking. Yeah, there's way too much blocking here. I can't use this. Not without shifting this over, which I guess I could do. That'll do it, but now I have to get in here on layer 2. Which, I mean, I guess would work. That is not the correct orientation. I am very sad. I am very sad. Have I mentioned how much I dislike that the developers decided that the rotators would be 2-to-1 rather than 1-to-1? So clear. Does that clear the hole? Really? You have to like select the entire space pipe or space belt to clear the things. Okay. That's better. Hello, welcome to the stream as we descend into insanity. Maybe. Maybe you're alone. I'm streaming on 2 platforms, but might be only on Twitch at the moment. That's okay. It is okay. Okay, I need green. I need to look at how much green is being used for this pipe. So I need 2 more belts worth. I'm not sure I have enough, but alright, well, I should at least have 2 layer 3s, but I will need to do this. There we go. Level is 125 at the moment. The cat's not here, so... Or 123, excuse me. We're 123 on this. I'm not doing any operator levels, so this is only increasing off of the... Well, it's actually not increasing, I think, at the moment, because I got rid of all of the regular... Yeah, I got rid of all of the regular factories building milestones, and the Make Anything machine that I have is not working on the randoms, it's working on the tasks. So I do have a Make Anything machine. I have 2 copies of a Make Anything machine. It is from a blueprint off of the Discord, but I brought that in after having made a version of my own. So there's the one that I made, and then there's the one that was significantly better that I pulled off of the Discord to use, that needed for me to do all of the logistics in it, but yeah. Mine that made 1 belt of output was large. This was my Make Anything machine that I built. I think it still has some errors in it that I would need to correct from the blueprint, but I built this to be able to do all of the crystal random operator levels. It does the crystal logic at the end, and each of these is for each layer of insane difficulty. It's very big and spread out so that I could actually see what's happening logically, what all the logic is for it. Just each individual piece gets brought in and cut into quarters, and each color is brought in and passed through to various, gates and things. And it does its logic to search what breaks down what the current item is. Each section gets a different thing from a different layer, or pulls in a different layer of stuff. At least it's supposed to anyway. Look at different layers of stuffs. After all the processing and things. Yeah. That's what I built. I will undo the placing of that. The thing that I brought off of Discord, so what I built does 1 belt of output, by the way. The thing that I got off the Discord, it's this 1 square. Okay, this 1 square. 3x3. This 1 3x3 does 4 belts of throughput, does all of the color mixing locally, but for insane you need 5 of it, and I have 5 of it. I put a gap in between just to make the logistics easier for all the colors and shapes to bring in for it. And you do need to bring in a pin, a bear pin. So did mine. Mine also was based off of bringing in a bear pin. But, yeah, this works. And I can sort of I do understand-ish what it's doing. It's similar. Not the same, but it is somewhat similar to what I was doing before, considering that this has swapping logic built in. It's much different from what I had done. Mine didn't have any swapping logic in it at all. Which, yeah, that's a big difference between the two. This one does swapping, mine did not. How is it determining swapping? I don't know. Versus cutting, I would have to look that up. I'd have to look at it in detail. But I know how it's doing like each individual layer when you have them attached to each other down the line. Like I've previously discussed how it actually determines which thing is which layer as it goes down, and it brings everything and it stacks everything together at the end, does whatever crystallizing it needs to do along the way. But yeah, this would make 4 belts of the random crystal operator level shapes. And I have 2 of this build. Of course, I did all of this logistics myself, so all of this mess in here, this was all me doing all these logistics for all of the various color inputs and shape inputs and getting all that together to get onto trains. Yeah, that was my work versus Rue's work. Rue from Discord. And yeah, the logical thing would be, of course, we need 2 of it, not just 1. We need 2 of it. So I have 2 of it for up to 8 belts. It does not give 8 belts because there's a bug in the game right now. There is a bug that will be fixed in the next patch that influences pipe gates. Pipe gates do not give their full throughput if you are not actively looking at the pipe gate, or in the vicinity of the pipe gate at that given point in time. That imprecision when not looking at things is being fixed. But I think that I may be done with this save by the time that comes through. We shall see as we go along. Anyway, currently I am working on task 35. Speak of the devil. It's time to swap the task I'm working on. So right now I'm using the Make Anything machines to do all of the various remaining tasks, like all of the tasks that don't involve crystals, because while it can do everything that doesn't have crystals, the only crystal task it could do was this first step of 33. This was all it could make, because it cannot do crystal breaking, and pretty much everything else like needs either a ton of trash. Like it doesn't, I am pretty sure it does not do sacrificial shapes or like crystal breaking on this Make Anything machine. So it's not able to do pretty much anything else in here. And of course, all of the remaining tasks that I have, most of these steps involve crystal breaking. This won't, so this will be pretty quick. This will be pretty... this one will involve breaking crystals here, so this will be involved breaking. This will involve breaking. This will involve breaking twice in a row. That'll be interesting. And this will involve breaking. And this will involve breaking. Well, this involves breaking here. This one involves breaking twice. And this one involves breaking twice. Yeah. So that's what we're working on right now, is task 35. The third piece, the third step of task 35. Which, yeah, this right here. This right here. All we have left is this corner this corner, I have all 3 of the other corners that we built today, / upgraded from the previous step. The previous step was this, much simpler, but this now needs all of this madness, 2 extra layers of stuff, which means now I have to do a crystal break to make this hole, as well as this hole. And I'm working on this, and I'm actually near the end, where I now need to get fluid brought in, green fluid brought in. And I think there's a way in here to get green fluid. And can I sneak in? Actually, I think I'll have to bring you to there. Whoops. Let's go the wrong way. Okay. Now, let me see here. That quarter looks right. So now it's just a matter of getting this stuff into here and having a look at the final output. Is that correct? That sure as heck looks right to me. Oh, thank God. That took 2.5 hours. Well, a little over 2 hours, actually. 2:15-ish, based off of exactly when I went into the game today from the start of the stream. Goodness. Yeah, that was a long time, despite just being an upgrade. Oh yeah, the game, like, really chugs when it has to draw all the shapes moving on the belts, huh? Despite having a 4070 Ti. That's interesting. It must be CPU limited. Didn't the game, like, used to show what I had? Oh, it's here. It's here, yeah. Yeah, that's my computer specs, by the way. All of them that matter. Ryzen 7 5800X, not the 3D variant. 16 gigabytes of memory, or blah. Wait, 16 cores, right, that's the CPU. 16 logical cores by 4500 megahertz, yes, 4.5 gigahertz is what I have that set to always be running at, and then 32 gigs of RAM. It's not the fastest DDR4 out there, but it works. Yeah. 4070 Ti. That's what I have for graphics. I don't have the X3D version A because I got it, like, right at the time it was releasing. Like, right before it released, I think. And I wouldn't want one anyway because I do more than just game. Because I have productivity workloads that I use the computer for, I'd rather not them be garbage. I'd rather not have to do BS stuff in the BIOS that you need to do for running 3D V-cache processors. I'd rather not have to do all that crap. And of course, if I wanted to do any upgrade anyway, right at the moment, oh god, I would need a lot of money. Because it would need to be a full platform change. I would need to get processor, motherboard, and memory all at the same time. Because I would need to, I would want to change to DDR5 memory if I were to do an upgrade of the system. But I sort of feel like I just upgraded, so I don't think that's gonna happen for quite a while. Likely at least 2 more generations. Say when we get to the end of whatever, AM5 platform is what it's at now. Whatever the current platform is for AMD, once that reaches the end of life, and they're about to release the next one, that would be around the time that I'd be like, okay, maybe I go to this now. I don't feel like being a beta tester for initial hardware, like, ever again. Get burned way too many times from that. From being an early adopter of things in initial generations of stuff, and it's just like, nah, not for me. Not anymore. My 3D printer was like that. Where's the thing? Oh, that's not the one. That's not the one. That's the one. Yeah, that thing right up there. That video stream for that printer at the Creality K1 Max. Yeah, I basically beta tested that machine. I had all the issues with it, and the manufacturer never bothered to send free upgrades whenever they made a revision to the machine to the existing customers, which is like, okay, well, screw you too. Don't think I ever want to buy another Creality machine again. Definitely not buying their filament. To hell with buying their filament. They're not going to get my money anymore outside of replacement parts for the machine, which I've already had to do more than one time. I already had to replace the extruder assembly with the motor because I kind of broke the motor because of an issue I was having with the machine that was actually the machine's fault. A defect that they fixed with new revisions of hardware that I had to buy myself. They've also completely changed the hot end on the thing, so it uses a completely different nozzle now than it did when I first bought the machine. And I've had to change that hot end to the new version. It works great now. Wish it was like this when I first got it. Anyway. So confirmed that this is in fact moving. Yeah, there's no slowdown. I am pretty good at designing to not have a bottleneck in the system. Fairly good lately. Yeah, I've had to very much avoid any situation where the belt length could be an issue, since the game does not have solid storage buffers. Shapez 1 had solid storage buffers, and they actually acted as like a priority splitter, actually, as an overflow splitter, since they had 2 output belts from them, and it prioritized one over the other. And it's like, oh, you can do a lot with that. Yeah, Shapez 2 doesn't have it at all, which is annoying. It's in the suggestions. They have had that suggested, and I would very much say that it is required, because as it currently stands, it can be, you can have situations where you're cutting an object into quadrants and sending those things to different processes, particularly when you're sending them into different processes, where belt length of one set could be shorter than the other, significantly shorter than the other, and that will screw up the throughput of the other belts that are longer, because those shorter belts will back up before the longer belts get their full throughput consistently, and it will just stop the machines from running. On that shorter belt, leaving gaps on the longer belt, that will never resolve. It will never resolve without manual clearing of the shorter belts. And then praying to God that you actually have a correct amount of volume on all of the belts. Like, oh God, why? There's like wire-based buffers that you could do, but like, come on. There needs to be a buffer building to use for those situations. A storage container to use for those situations. Alright, that is done. Next will be that. So in the meantime, while waiting for this like 12,000 to accrue, I need to work on the other task 36. So task 36, this is what I need. Oh hey, frame rate. Frame rate is good, I like frame rate. I had a place where I was going to build that, or make that modification here. Yeah, so this was the initial process. This needs to change now. A lot. In fact, so much. That I may rebuild it from scratch. Yeah, I will rebuild this from scratch. Where's my blue? Bring that blue over. Okay, so those are halves. Interesting. But I've brought in halves. But this is fine, because this particular shape works out quite well to make it in, like, halves. Alright, what I'm going to need is some trash. Just 2 stack trash. Oops. This will be the red. No, the other one will be the red. This will be actually the one I do the trash with. Painting. Stackers. I made this brand new stacker compact bent, which has that output there, making it a 4x4-ish footprint. I kind of like it. I like it. Save. Come on. Oh. Yeah, I had to run that one a little bit differently. Okay, that gives me 2 layers of trash for this crystal, red crystal at the moment. On the yellow and white brought in as well. Oh god, do I have that? I have yellow and white here. Okay. Sure. I have circles. Circles will need to be yellow and white. I'll need painting for them. Yellow and white. They both need to be pinned once. They need to be cut in half. Bent stackers are 4 per belt. 4 buildings per full belt. Yeah, it's 4 per belt. It's not 2. Oops. Those need to be rotated to their correct locations. Okay. Colors. Those need to be blue. Where's my blue? No, blue. Come over this way. That'll work. I'll need to do a 180 rotation on these. Or these. It'll be easier here. Oh. Sigh. That's not what I wanted. That'll do. Okay, bring in yellow and white. I have made 2 belts each, but at the moment I only need 2 pipes each of 4 belts each pipe. So I could bring them in on the same setup, but I don't think I'm going to. Oops. Alright, that helps. Dryness. Alright, who will be white versus yellow? I think those will be yellow. Whoops. We don't have T intersections yet. It's another thing that's supposed to come eventually, just not yet. I think that sort of sets me up here. Okay. I will need to stack again. Doesn't really matter which is which, fortunately. I'm gonna route from above, or from below, excuse me. Okay. Now that I have that crystallizer, this is crystallizing red. I need 2 pipes of red, which is the equivalent of 8 belts of solids. Alright, that is what I want. This other side, I need to... Oh, right. I didn't put the yellow on the layer 1. Need to rotate these so that everything is correct, and it should ideally be the... well, what is my orientation here with the swappers? So I will need to rotate these by 90. No, not 180. 90. Okay, so I'm going to need things on the right. I'm going to build this where everything is on the right. Okay, that's the correct rotator there. Oh, that's finished. Oh, we're almost done here as well. Ooh, just one more of those. I'm gonna finish this. That'll probably be the end of the stream. Once I finish this 36 task. Next time we'll be doing this, and ideally this one as well. Okay, I need it all on the right. So that means that you are actually a 180 rotator. Yep, there goes that. Alright. Now we know what happens next time. Alright, Alright, now it's stacking, and for this I'll use a different stacking build. That will be modified, because I only need 3. Yepers. Alright, who is layer 1? You. You are layer 1. Then layer 2 is the yellow. Then this last one is all the whites. Oh, right, I have cat. I have cat. There is cat. Hello, cat. Hello, Ollie cat. There's the Ollie. Yes. There's the baby. There's the baby cat. The big baby cat. Yeah. Oh, this one actually has a free path. Straight through. So yeah, that forms that side, and then it's just a matter of swapping. Actually, didn't even need that. No. Not that, but this is the basic shape I need. Excuse me. What? What did I push that killed all of the belts for that? I didn't want that at all. Okay, over here, these will all be layer 2. Well, that was a breath of fresh air. Oh. Really? How am I, like, blind? I'm like blind. Anyway. Hello, things. Trains. And that, as they say, should be that. Internal pins technically don't matter, but here they're kind of required to make that thing. Going from here to the next step needs braking. Actually, yes, it needs braking because of the top layer white here. This can be done as a single crystallization step. I just need 3 layers of trash instead of just 2. It's 3 layers of trash on the right to make this left side, and I should be able to make the left side independently of the right. This can actually be made in halves, but in order for this to maintain the 2-layer gap when swapping, I actually have to make it this way, not this way. Because this will fall. This will fall when trying to swap these into each other. So it does have to be made in this orientation for the final swap into the object, which, oh goodness, that means that this is actually going to be by quarters, isn't it? Yeah, that kind of sucks. But does it need to be, though? Yeah. Yeah, it'll need to be by quarters. That's unfortunate, but oh well. Oh well. It's fine. We've been through this process before to build things in quarters. This needs a lot more work than this. So much so that it's basically a rebuild of the whole factory. Similarly for you, fortunately I can just make these opposite corners as normal shapes, actually. That nothing is a problem there. It's just these other 2, because of the crystal breaking involved with these other 2, they have to be made independently. Well, I say independently, but it's really just 8 belts of the same thing. It's just made as quarters, not as a single diagonal piece, just because of that gap causing issues. And it's the same thing here, except now we have a 2-layer gap to have to work around. Which I'm pretty sure it's still the same exact process, even with a 2-layer gap. So, yeah. It's just extra crystals to break. For that, it's just break more. Thicker. Just as long as I have the trash extending into the side where I swap in the intended piece, it should just be fine. It'll look weird because each side that's being swapped in, because if the final swap will be along this axis, the first swap will be along this axis, attaching these 2 to each other and these 2 to each other separately. So what will end up happening is we'll have a piece that has these 3 steps, and then you go over, there'll be this big gap here, and you have 3 stacked on top above here, and just because they're attached on layer 3, it should be fine. And that stays stuck on it. Once they're attached, they're attached. So when it cuts here, because they're still attached on layer 3, to swap the other side in, it should just work. Anyway, with that though, we have reached the end of the stream for the day today, and next time we meet, we're actually going to be working on this task, 35, step 4. The 4th task of task 35, called Break It Till You Make It, which, yeah, this one, just to briefly review what this one is going to entail. This quarter needs a crystal break in it, but if I form it with this half, I can make this half and do all the normal process to make this half as 4-layer object and then pin at the end. And same thing here, if I pin this in the last step as the last step before the swapping, it could be the last step before the swapping for both of these. Just saving the pin might be ideal, but I don't know. I could just pin twice at the end, quote unquote, because you can pin safely without breaking crystals. That's a key thing here. The crystal will not break by adding a pin underneath. And then the next step, it's the same crystal break twice rather than once, so it's not a huge difference between these two. So once you set this up, you're in a decent enough spot to take the work that you did here and copy it to do there. Anyway, with that though, we've reached the end of the stream. I would like to thank you all for watching. This has been a Talking Shove. If you've enjoyed the stream, do all the social stuff below the video. I will be back with more on Thursday. I hope to see you all then.